welcoming everybody today. We have a real estate property investor. He's big, he's in Hamilton, and it's no other than Daniel Chin, CEO of Chin Properties and Investment. Welcome.
I'm delighted to be here, Dee.
And you do Hamilton downtown by the water. That's all you do?
Yes,
right?
I focus on just downtown Hamilton, yes.
Okay, so can you tell us what's going to be you're going to tell us a little bit of the trends and stuff, what's happening, how do you invest and stuff?
Yeah, so the last time, I spoke with you, Dee, you see a lot of people outside of Hamilton, they come to Hamilton,
right.
To invest because the prices are attractive. But now in the real estate market, what you see is, the governments, the banks, they are trying to slow things down. They tighten the mortgage rules recently. I'm not sure if you read the news. Right.
They're tightening the mortgage rules again.
Oh yes, they did.
For Hamilton?
For all first-time home buyers.
Okay.
So let's just say you put less than 20% down
right.
payment on a property, right? And you qualify for a mortgage 2.35%.
Right.
Right. You also do have to qualify, right, for an interest rate, a mortgage rate of 4.64%. Right. So what that means is for first-time home buyers, right? If you qualified for a mortgage $400,000 before, now you only qualify for like $300,000. So you have people who can afford less.
Downgraded, right?
Yeah, they're just trying to slow things down. Yeah.
So okay, so you've been doing this a long time, right? And you've been doing a lot of properties, and you're one of the people that don't believe in staging a property, correct?
Yes.
I don't know why, but I guess.
No, staging is good.
Yes.
Right. But when I renovate apartments,
right,
and renovate it very nicely, right, I always say, the product sells itself. So good, quote unquote, good design is good business.
Well, that's what you go. Well, he knows because he studies this buy and hold.
Yep. It's the best way to become wealthy.
So what's buy and hold mean? So people that don't know what that is.
Yep. So essentially, you buy an income-producing asset, right? A property, right? A rental property, and you hold that property over the long term. You don't ever sell.
So like how long? Because a lot of people always say, okay, we do hold it for 6 months. Is it 10 years? I gotta wait.
When I invest, I really look out 10 years. Into the future, or out 20 years, right? And, sometimes I have, I look at things, just over the next 5 years,
right,
where I see opportunity and I see potential. And that's how I really invest, long term, not just 6 months, not just a year later.
So you're looking at the long-term investment
absolutely,
as opposed to just something, I'm just going to do it for now. So you have to, do you look at the age, if it's people who are mature, if they're young, because some of them, if they're going to retire?
Yes, like, all walks of life, because you see, because now you have people that are reaching close to retirement.
Right.
They don't have a retirement plan.
That's right.
Right, and they want to invest in real estate so they can have a stream of income. And then now you have people, just come out of school, they're working jobs just before they start families.
Right.
And working a job is just not enough.
Okay.
So they need another stream of income.
So how much money, is it like you had to make? It depends on the property. If it's 50,000, 100,000.
Yep.
I guess you've done with some big bills, right?
Yep. So now easily I have investors who have 100,000 cash, 200,000 cash.
Okay.
They trust me with the money to invest it for them over the long term.
Okay.
Right. Buying good properties in good location. Right. That's going to be positive cash flowing. Over a long time. Right. So that's the kind of deals that I do.
Right.
Right. And my strategy is very simple.
Okay.
Right. Total cash invested, let's say including your down payment on a property. If it's 20% down on a property, in less than 5 years, you got to recoup 100% of that money.
100% of your money.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Because 3 ways you really make money in real estate. Right. Is one is positive cash flow. What that means is you have the total rents paying, the mortgage, the monthly mortgage, the property taxes, insurance, and all the utilities, and you have a few, positive cash flow, right?
Okay.
Few $100, right? Positive cash flow, right? Which is the bottom line.
Okay.
The second way you really make money in real estate is when you have the rental income paying the principal down.
Okay,
right?
so you have to have a
in
renter in there.
Absolutely. The rental income pays down the principal portion of your monthly mortgage.
Wow.
Right? Because the monthly mortgage has two components, the principal and the interest.
Okay.
Right? So when the principal is paid down in the mortgage deed, right, that's how you build the equity in the
Okay.
property.
So you have to make sure
Yeah.
that means you help them price the rental out too, right? So like if they're
Absolutely.
going to be renting it,
Yeah.
if it's 1,200 or 1,000 or how much the rental
Yeah.
of a one bedroom.
Yeah.
So you're in that whole process also?
Yep, absolutely. And people who come to me the first time,
Okay.
right, who believe in the whole concept of investing in real estate, I keep
Right.
telling them this is a secret to investing in real estate. You have to know everything about your real estate market before you invest. And what that means is you have to know all the property values, right? You have to know exactly how much you can get for rent,
Okay.
exactly who you would be renting to, and how quickly you can rent those places. You know those things, you know, and
Well,
you'll
you
be
must
successful.
know for Hamilton, right?
After
So you're an
Right.
investor, so you get your own money, or do you use the other people's money? How do you do, like?
I try to use the bank's money as much as possible.
Okay.
Right? If the banks happily they come and they say, Mr. Chin, I give you 100 or 200,000 in a line of credit, I say, okay, I'll
Okay,
take
then.
that. Right?
not
You
gonna
know,
say no.
they keep calling me all the time. They say, you know, Mr. Chin, you're pre-approved for $10,000, you know, credit card. You know, I say, no, I don't want that. I want 100,000 line of credit. Right?
So you don't want a credit card?
No, I want a line of credit.
Credit.
Yep. Because for me, I try to use the bank's money as much as possible,
Okay.
right, to invest in real estate, right? And when it comes to renovating properties, you know, also getting the renovation funds from the bank, right? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't,
Okay.
right? But you got to make sure for all of those people who want to invest in real estate and you're working jobs, don't leave your job.
Don't
right?
leave your job?
You need the income to get the mortgage.
Because all these people say we're working, I'm sitting at home. Like that's not really, that's not true, right? For people to say they're not, yeah, like how you just said, don't leave your job.
No,
but some people
no.
think I'm just investing in my property makes money.
Yep. The reason why I said is because now the banks are getting much stricter when it comes to lending money, right? And no such thing as the zero down, you know, things what people they teach in the seminars and workshop. But you work a job, you get the income, right? Then you qualify for a mortgage in the bank. You buy a property that produces rental income.
Right.
Now that adds onto, you know, your income that you make from your job, right?
Okay.
So if you think about it, the more rental properties you get, the more rental income, then it replaces your income from your 9-to-5 job,
Which makes more sense, right?
So,
Yeah.
so, you know, I always tell a lot of people now, do not wait to buy real estate. You know, buy real estate and wait. Over the long term, right, that's how you really accumulate the wealth and you become wealthy.
So you don't the real deal. You know what I mean? You could talk to him and understand what's going. He doesn't go to them seminars. So if you don't want the seminar, cut all that. You talk to him, right?
Yep, I really learned a lot by really doing it, right? By really from experience, right? You know, getting screwed a lot of times, right? That's what I meant by it was very tough, right? In the beginning, and really from experience, I learned a lot more, right? Than reading a book or taking a seminar or workshop. Yep.
So which
That's
book
what
did
I'd
you learn
say.
from when you used to do what you did?
Book?
The book that you read?
Well, could I say
Yes, you
book
can-
I read?
You can tell
on
it's you.
TV?
It's your thing.
No, well,
It's his book.
the first book, and I would say was actually a really good book, was The Millionaire Investor, right? It was from Gary Keller. It's a
Okay.
blue book, The Millionaire Investor. You know, that was, you know, there's a lot of concepts, good ones inside that book, right? And, you know, other books, you know, I've read Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. That really gave me a different perspective on some very successful and wealthy people. And, you know, and I still read a lot of, you know, books today on money, wealth, and success.
Money,
Yeah.
Wealth, and Success? Which
Yeah.
one? You just different ones you're reading.
Different ones, yeah. Recently, it's mostly on some of the wealthiest business people, right? The billionaires in this world, and just the way how they think and how they do things, right? It's very interesting.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So is there anybody out there that you want to say anything to that about investing or something, or you told us a lot of good tips today. You know, don't get a credit card, get a line of credit. Well, or you want the line of credit.
I want the line of credit. Yeah.
And keep your day job or your night job or whichever job, right?
Yep.
Just don't be thinking that you're going to buy these properties and you're going to live off the properties and you can just be sitting on the beach.
Yes.
Because that's not going to happen until you have over a long period of time, correct?
Yes.
So.
Well, what I would say is, really, really educate yourself, right? In what it is you're investing, whether it's real estate or a different asset class, stocks or whatever, right? But really understand what it is you're investing in before you invest. Right?
And know it, like if you're not getting some property way up that's not even nothing that to invest in.
Yes, and when you're starting off, really focus on one thing and know everything about it, right? Become the best at it. Right, a lot of people, they're just all over the place there.
Okay.
Right? But you have to focus on one thing, right, and become the best at it.
So are you going to be teaching people that, or?
Well, I do share with a lot of people.
You do share, share, or you teach it? You just do people actually pay money for that?
No, they do. I love sharing, with other people what I've done. Right, because I believe when you help a lot of people become successful, that's how you become successful.
That's correct.
Right, and I love sharing what it is I have done. Right, and most of the people, when they see, right, someone like myself, right, who was working in the bank, started with very little money, right, and I had zero experience, right, very tough in the beginning, worked very hard, right, was absolutely passionate, right, very persistent, and have built a real estate portfolio of 5 properties today, right? That really shows other people that you can do the same thing.
Correct.
Right. So it really attracts other people, and when they come to me, right, I really show them. I bring them to my properties, real properties, not just on a PowerPoint slide, right, in the seminars. Real properties. I show them how I've designed,
right,
what's the thought process, right, how I really assess the value,
right,
of the property, and to determine is it going to make money or no, right, and they actually see it, right, and a lot of them, they follow me. I get a property for them, right, having a real estate license.
Right.
And then after I do everything with the property, I renovate it, I get it rented, and I manage the property for them.
You manage the property too?
Absolutely, yep.
He's doing everything. He's doing
only if it's downtown Hamilton.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, you're going to come back, and that was your topic today that you were talking about with the trends and the new changes in the market and the mortgage and stuff. So if anybody wants to know like any more information and stuff like that they'll see everything on the website. They'll see the properties. He sent us some pictures of the properties that you've bought, transformed, and now they're beautiful, right?
Yes.
So. And you're going to come back again.
Oh, absolutely. It's always great to be here with you, Dee.
We're going to find it. We're going to get a lot of updates for you. So maybe next year you can come back and let us know like what's what if anything's changing, anything's update. But this is a good resource to contact. This is a good person. It's Daniel Chun. He's the real deal. It's not somebody that I don't know what's going on in the markets and stuff like that. So he's very familiar. And you said research before you invest. Research your property. Make sure you know what you're getting, right?
Absolutely.
If you don't know what you're getting, then call Daniel Chin. He'll find out.
True, you can give me a call as well. Yes.
No, but you give advice for that, so
Yep, absolutely.
But anyways, I do want to thank you for being today, with me here live.
Absolutely.
Live and real on RLM. And anyways, and thanks again. So everybody, thanks for tuning in.